Should we grab the money out of here while we're here?
Yeah, we can do that.
No,
No.
leave it here.
Just in case?
Yeah,
No,
there's
leave it
also
here.
there's nowhere to put it.
We don't have where. Yeah, there's nowhere to store it.
Do we need blood money anything for right now?
We need to pay off this place, but
It's
please,
also-
I've been
it's-
contacting. He's already a month late.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
leave
we
it
gotta
for
pay
now.
Flea the $3,600.
Yeah,
Oh,
Flea
that's
can come
better.
get the money out of here.
Yeah.
Clean the workstation over there.
Yes, sir.
Over there.
Sit
Wait,
where I'm normally
oh,
sit.
which one?
We're not working over a body.
Oh.
Do you hear a wolf?
No. Do you?
I hear it. It's clean. I can hear my puppy.
Start the notes with the original Compound 9 formula. Do you understand?
Yes, the original.
You can keep the masks off for the moment, kid. Put on your
Okay.
coat, and when we start pushing, I'll tell you when the mask can go up.
Yes, sir.
And do you have the 2 samples?
Yes.
Today we're going to be seeing the or going to be making a version, well, multiple versions of it, but these are all non marinated, so to speak, versions of it. Fresh in ingredients, no processing in any format.
Okay.
Well, actually, one of them's going to be slightly processed in the sense of the fungi as a whole, and the fungi ground up and introduced. See, obviously, the ground is probably going to be more potent, or at least quicker. I'm sorry, I got brain dead. I hear that wolf again.
It's mine. It's mine. Don't worry. He's
No,
just
no, you're
protecting and prowling the area.
You're completely fine. Basically, my hypothesis is with these, which we'll be testing here soon on a subject, the item as a whole. Why am I talking like we're in the middle of public?
Yeah, it's just because we're so used to hiding it.
Say it one more time.
I said we're so used to hiding it, you can just talk freely here.
Yes, exactly.
Am I gonna learn what the extra things in the Compound 9 were? Or are you still keeping that to yourself for now?
The compound list you got, it was a red herring. It is the whole.
Wait, it was completed?
Very much so.
Why didn't it work for me? What did I do wrong?
A lot.
How did you process it? Let's go over that first. Go through the steps.
Well, I mean, we did
I
the...
can't sit down.
I did the kidneys.
What'd you do with the kidneys? Be specific, not general.
So, I took the kidneys from the fresh body. And
Human or bovine?
human.
Good. Okay.
And then we did the, and then we let them, dry. And then we infused them with ether and ethanol
How
for
many days?
2.
3.
It was 3?
3.
Do you think that was the biggest issue?
And it's a possibility. I haven't tried it. I have tried a non-distilled version, which had no useful side effects. And that being said, too, with the original, which you'll be removing now because we're not making red herrings anymore. The only red herring I did have in there, too, was the listing of bovine adrenal glands. Be removing that and add the human aspect to it.
Well, remember mine wasn't completely exactly like yours. So, I got the extract and added the ferric salts in the distillate. And then I added the ergots in my form.
How did you add the ergots? Because you're already going past what we should be already doing.
I added them to the mixture with
How? Be
crushed
specific.
and powdered form.
Okay. Keep going.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
In which steps? When did the ergot get added?
After the extract from the kidneys came out, the extract from that, I added it to the extract.
The problem might be we don't know, right?
Yeah.
Might be when it's distilling with the ethanol.
Maybe I just added it at the wrong time. I was getting
Exactly.
results, but not
What you seeked.
exactly. Everybody was so varied.
No, there was one of your subjects that was very on the
point.
right track.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that was the 2 milligrams of such.
there was 2 technically. There was the one that was the 2 milligrams, but there was the other one I didn't fully write up. That was the one that tried to kill me. That was the one that Elle killed.
What was the milligram of such?
2 milligrams.
So it was still 2 milligrams. Why are you arguing about this?
I'm not. I just didn't write it down.
Oh, okay. So what we'll be producing today then is the ergot being added as the very last step, and the only time it will have inside the compound is in between the time of until we get a suitable patient, so to speak, right?
Correct. We can always test it on Mr. Walter.
I will allow any test subjects that are willing to do such with their own permission. Any one of our people I will allow going forward to be able to be a test subject in the facts.
Actually?
Get tested.
Indeed, but
thought-
they need to shut the fuck up.
Yes, sir.
But they will understand what can happen, including but not limited to cardiac arrest, stroke, seizure, and perhaps mental, either semi-permanent or permanent side effects. Also, too, when these subjects are being tested, all weaponry will be removed from them, and one other person will be ready to tie them up, because unlike our usual patients, we do not wish to dispose of them afterwards and wish to see them unharmed physically.
Makes sense. Dr. Helen always said we don't test on family.
Dr. Helen says that about her research. My research needs to start going forward.
Understood?
And hers is more physical in the sense of more likely to have long-lasting side effects, where mine are usually at least temporary to semi-permanent.
Unless they go completely insane.
Insanity is a legal term, not a medical term. Remember that.
Yes, sir.
I don't work with the insane. I don't, produce a outing for people to get out of a court case.
Understand.
Go ahead and produce 2 samples of ergot, 1 whole, and then take the mortar and pestle over there and crush up the other like you did for the last one, 2 milligrams. Both of them.
Okay.
That seems to be the right way to go as of the moment. What is the highest amount of milligrams you weigh? It was 4, right?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
all that's blood money in there.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
We can go further later and see if we can get better results, but for now, this is where we start with the 2 mil.
Okay.
It's already showing results. This ergot, is it dry? Because I have not interacted with it. Is it dry?
It's
Does it
dry.
have a, I was about to say, does it have a liquid produced with it?
No, it's just dry. It's so you sort of bake it a little bit under the flame. So it's
Are
easier
these already
to
baked, or
no. Well, no.
you tried it without the baking process?
No. I haven't tried it. Just
Oh, yeah, it is.
crushing it up yet.
These both will be raw. Then
Okay.
can it still be crushed up in its
You think it's ruined,
unbaked
y'all think
format?
it's-
Yes, it's just harder to crush it up. It turns more
Pasty, so it does
Yeah.
have liquid in it. It's
Just
not
give my
completely
dog.
dry like brittle.
No, sir.
Oh,
So you
okay.
want me to make this one into paste?
Yes, I wish
Or
for
do you
pa-
just want this one like not
I want
smushed at all?
I want 1 whole, or I want 2 milligrams whole, and I want 2 milligrams into paste format.
Got it.
And you're recording the steps of these, right? The production, and then
Yes, sir.
we'll add the results of a test after the fact, and then we'll get that published. We'll get it fully read off and archived.
Yes. Yes.
This is volume, or the first volume, yes?
I mean, it would be the first. Yes, because it would be the first
Yes.
using ergot.
Okay, I was just making sure you're listing this properly.
Yes.
Also, too, not that we're going to have any here now, or not that we're going to use it. I mean, let me just explain first. We do have samples on hand here of the toad venom that
Yes.
the wife collected.
Oh.
oh.
Yes.
Go drink it.
How many samples?
4.
4. Okay. can
My
use-
toad stuff is here too, but
No,
mine
not that
was
for now.
mine was just the poison one, which you already said was wrong.
I'm keeping this because I'm keeping the venom, the toad venom with what we got down in New Orleans for if any of our people do wish to be a patient for a test subject, we can at least use that for lowering their heart rate and calming them down, reducing a chance of any of the fatal side effects.
So would we be so if they had one of the hysteria moments like the guy did that Elle stabbed, if we were able to get them under
If you-
control, we could give them that to calm them down or bring them out of it?
If you would have had them at least restrained enough that you could get some underneath their tongue, it would have went into the bloodstream rather quickly, and it might not have got them out of the hallucinations, but it would have calmed them down, sedated them like morphine. And in a case that we cannot get their mouth open because there is a fear of course, removing of phalanges, because sticking your hands inside of a mouth can be dangerous. We can also use morphine, but that is a far stronger side effect, and there is no calming down at that point. That's just completely almost knocking them out.
Yeah, that's harder.
It's far too extreme to test with. That's just ending it outright for that night.
Our
But it's still an
doctors-
option should the venom not be effective quick enough, or it's too dangerous at that time. They're too violent.
The doctors used to give laudanum. Is it laudanum?
Mm-hmm.
But they
You know
don't
how hard
seem
it
to...
is for us to get a hold of that.
Yeah, I know. I was able to get a hold of one once, but I don't think I can get a hold of it anymore. Every
No,
time I
probably
try to...
not. Especially since we've been addressed not to touch the doctors anymore for now.
Well, it's not even that. I used to, whenever I get injured, I try to fake it to the extreme of pain. But they won't even give laudanum anymore. They go straight to morphine.
That they do.
There's
Because
no way to get the...
laudanum was being too abused, and I do believe it's harder to obtain compared to the poppy for morphine.
They literally just go Advil, Phenacetin, and then go straight to morphine.
Indeed.
There's nothing in between Phenacetin and morphine right now.
I do believe to like the supplies for such, and the risk of having the materials to make it itself was becoming too problematic, so they took it completely out of their repertoire, because it's part of the main reason we would be sent to attack said doctors and force them to make it
Are you
before
able
our
to
eyes.
make anything in between?
Depends. Let me look at my listing.
This other one you want it just the ergot bud, right? Not crushed up, not nothing, just...
I want both. I want uncrushed, raw,
Right.
completely raw,
Right.
and I want one as a paste, 2 milligrams of both.
Yeah, I'm working on that one.
I'll see what's in my my guide here, the recipes and the like. May have not made anything before and just oversighted what I can.
Okay.
Make the paste as fine as possible. Remember, this is going through a bloodstream.
True.
If you think water won't dilute it too much and you need to add it, do such. As opposed to if we could extract the oils of hemp and make it more of an like a full extract, make it stronger.
I'd have
could
to
go that route as
grow
well.
more. I think we've jarred all the rest of it, but I got... Mouthful and them said I got 180 seeds today, so I can grow more and we can use that.
Also, we can just go with straight heroin.
What if we just add this ink from this pen thing here's?
Good idea.
Mm-hmm. We dump that in theirs.
Heroin itself wouldn't be too hard to produce as well. As opposed to, we could also go with the route of chloroform. But
I thought
that's
chloroform
goes.
is just for knocking people out.
Yes, I'm talking about to the extreme. But to be fair, chloroform is way harder to obtain than morphine, so morphine will always be the case. But morphine won't always knock them out. But where chloroform will, so this is if we, not for our own people, if we use them as patients that they accept, but more along the lines of we need to transport another patient afterwards, where we know for a fact that they will not remember because they were unconscious completely.
Makes sense. Does this look like it's thin enough?
crush it some more. If you think it might be a question that is not thin enough, like I said, it's going through your veins. We don't wish to clog arteries. It needs to be more soupy than paste. I understand that you can only go so
More
far,
like broth, less like pancake batter.
but indeed, don't get me wrong, I understand there will be a texture. But that is an idea too. Perhaps we could make a broth out of it. With minimum water and heat, but it's later down the road. Stop anytime you need to, too, if everything we're saying, if you need to record something. That comes precedent first. So information's not lost and ideas are not lost either.
No, I got this. Don't worry. Identical memory. We'll be fine. Okay, I am confident that this is not enough.
You're confident it is not enough?
No, it is.
Oh, I see.
I'm confident this isn't enough.
As best as it's going to be, at least, right?
Yes, I don't think, unless you can stir it harder than I can, but it looks okay to me.
Do you think it will pass through the bloodstream without causing cardiac arrest?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and set that to the side. Do you have the whole samples ready to go?
Yes, they're already in these. So this one's in this bowl right here, and that one's in the dish right there. They're ready. I'll move out of your way if you want to go over that side.
So we'll be recording going forward with our test here. The whole sample being introduced to the compound 9, just rawly added to the compound 9. No other processing afterwards. Will be listed as C9-1. You writing this down?
Yes, sir. Identical memory.
And the paste that is going to be introduced to the compound 9 will be C9-2.
What do you think the odds that he gets some of that tobacco inside his compound and it blows up? It sparks up and just boom.
Hopefully it won't.
Oh, I'm not opening this yet until I have my mask up, good man. And it's not lit either right now.
That's disappointing.
C9-1 raw, C9-2 liquid.
A common thing you'll see with scientists, good man, is the chewing of things like pencils, toothpicks, and the like. Keeps the mind focused.
That's a waste of a good pop. You're just chewing on it.
Everybody get your Chloron take and hydration done, because as soon as we get back to the table, we'll be introducing masks and we'll be going forward.
Here, Dr. Crane.
Okay. I'm good.
Duck.
Thank you.
Yep.
You have a drink as well. I have a canteen. If not, it'll suffice until this is over.
This is me. Of course I have drinks. Would you prefer...
I would prefer whatever you give me now so we can start working. This is not for flavor and pleasure. This is to get the shit done. I'll also have 3 more articles for you to archive later.
Yes, sir. Oh, let me take that out. Hold on. The flowers in my hair are poisonous. Let me take them out. Just in case they fall in.
Go ahead and take this chance to disinfect your hands after you touch your hair as well. Going forward, the compound 9 will not be having anything introduced but the Urgot itself. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. You know there's a sink in the other room.
Not washing it with soap and water, kid.
Well, I just meant because it got on the floor.
I care little. You'll clean it afterwards.
Oh,
Do make sure whatever disinfectant you use, give it a few seconds to actually dry. Too many people think that instant dousing of such will be clean, but it doesn't clean until it's completely dry and it evaporates.
right. Okay.
Mr. Walter, if you'll introduce your mask real quick. Any other preventative items you have to cover yourself?
Yeah, Walter.
Hold on.
Mask.
We'll be keeping this open for a little bit after we introduce two to make sure there is no volatile
Hold on.
situations going
there's
on.
Nothing.
You're completely fine, good sir. We're just waiting for you, not in the sense that you need to hurry, but I ain't going to screw you over should something happen.
There he is.
Fantastic. We don't know if this will have any kind of volatile reaction, any kind of fumes when it introduces, or any kind of external or internal heat that comes from combining such when not baked like you've done before. Understand, kid?
Yes.
Though I suspect after the first test, with the whole, if the first one doesn't, the second one should not either. We're not just leaving it to assumption. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We'll be waiting at least 5 minutes before we close it off. Like I said, watching for any kind of
Got it.
heat being expanded or bubbling, so gas, so we don't have a random bottle just shattering from any form of gas expansion inside the vial itself.
Got it. Dr. Crane,
Yes.
where did you get the idea to try this in the first place? Was this from your father?
Excuse me.
I don't. Never mind.
Speak. I'm not playing this
Where,
game
where
with
did
you.
where did you get the idea to create this? You don't have to answer. I know I've asked before, it's okay, never mind. Sorry, I'm distracting you.
What do you know of my father? What have you been told by my sister? I'll inform you if it's lies or not.
He was a scientist.
Nothing else?
That he was experimenting on you and her.
What did she say?
That his specialty was fear.
What did she say of the experimentation?
That not much about you because she didn't really know. Other than he was testing on you. On her, she said he's the reason her mind broke. That he was pushing to break it further.
Did she ever describe the process?
No.
I know not of what he did to her. I left way before, at least hers started in whole earnest. He commonly would either put me locked in the basement or a well. It seemed his preference was dark, dank, and moist. Uncomfortability was supposed to be at its finest, cramped even. No way up, no food, no water, no light source. Perhaps just enough light through the cracks of the topping to not make it complete total darkness.
Why?
Multiple reasons, I'm sure. When introduced to his production, the uncomfortability is already set to the highest standard. No comforts down there. Days you'd be there with his formula in your system. Not enough room to lay down, not enough room to really move around or sit. As I said, uncomfortability was most likely the main point, not that he ever expressed to us as the effects of what was happening to us happened. No food, literally inches away from your own fecal matter and area you decided was where you were going to piss. Days, perhaps weeks, it's hard to tell. Long enough not for you to die of starvation. You don't know if you didn't die of thirst because you would eventually be licking the walls for any hydration you could obtain. Look forward. Do you see any gas expanding? Bubbles? Anything that would look like the product would need to either be burped or not sealed at all?
It looks like there's some bubbles forming.
So what does that mean?
I don't know.
It means gas will be forming. If we sealed it off now, eventually the vial would bust. Gas expansion means pressure. Like a shaken soda.
It would explode.
Indeed, or yeast in a yeast in moonshine without any ventilation. Note that down.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't. experience what I did. And then eventually, as far as I could tell, like I said, time passage is strange with no other stimuli besides the feeling of your own hunger, thirst, times you need to use the bathroom. Sleep never came for those days. Was it the formula still in effect, or was it
Jade,
hallucinations going forward that were caused by lack of sleep, exhaustion? You'd eventually see the wooden cover of such crack open, a rope fall down with a plank at the end for you to press your feet on and hold on to the rope. The weakness from a lack of chloral intake and a lack of hydration, no sleep at all, would leave your body frail. And then he would pull me up. I want you to, at this time, and you'll disinfect your hand right afterwards again, remove a glove, feel the bottle.
feel
Is the
it?
gas? Yes, feel it. You'll be feeling only a tap at first. Do not just full grab. You can full grab afterwards. The gas expansion, is it causing a thermal reaction? Is it hot? Is it cold?
It's warm.
How warm? Uncomfortably? Comfortable if you were in a place like Strawberry at night to keep your hand warm? How hot would you say? Not a specific temperature.
It's like not hot chocolate warm. Like
Fresh made or been sitting for a
been
bit.
sitting for a little bit.
Record it.
But still warm.
Record it.
Yes, sir.
And then go disinfect your hands and disinfect your gloves again and reapply.
Yes, sir.
Are your hands dried yet, or does it need a little longer?
Needs a little bit longer.
The aspects of what happened did not proceed to stop afterwards.
What do you mean?
He'd make it clear to take us to a local water source, sometimes different, or sometimes just a tub on the outside, or one of those cattle watering holes, something that could fit at least a human in it. Usually it'd be nighttime when we were pulled. It'd be cool, cold. Most of these experiments happened in the fall or winter. He would force us into it.
What are the... Never mind.
It is a system shock, from what I can gather. Though I don't know if it was for the science of the matter or if it was for cruelty itself. Hard to tell. Though both could be true. It's not like he explained these things to me, child.
Is that what was in the journals? The ones that she wanted to get back?
You need not to worry about those journals. You can either trust my story, or you can shut the fuck up on the matter.
Oh, no, I trust you wholeheartedly and completely.
Didn't forget those journals ever existed.
Yes, sir. She said that you picked up his research. That you're trying to create the same thing he was trying to create. Is that true?
I'm not trying to recreate anything.
I don't think I worded that right.
When you have done research into things, are you just copying and recreating?
No.
No, you are learning from past mistakes, things that worked and did not work, and you push them forward. It is not copying. It is redesigning. It is learning from what works and does not.
I understand.
If you find a recipe for brownies to make and you realize that a certain type of eggs do better for you and such, I don't know if eggs go into brownies. Do not correct me. You get the point.
I get the point.
If you figure out a certain type of eggs work better for such, did you change it or did you steal it?
You change it.
So is it the original person's?
No. Because it's a new creation of its own. It's no longer a copy, it's something new.
The purpose of such too, kid, changes what it is and makes it a different thing as well. Look at the bottle. As the gas stayed consistent, increased, decreased.
It looks like it's increasing. Not much, but a little bit. There's more bubbles.
We'll have to expand the watching of this then. I was going to leave it to 5 minutes, but clearly not going to be enough.
Mm-hmm.
What about color change? Anything changing in color itself from its usual rusty orangish brown?
It looks a little less orangey. Like it's less rusty orange and more like a paler rusty orange.
What of the heat? Feel it. Hotter. The same. As you feel it too, any form of vibration in the matter, like it's going to be too volatile.
No, I can see it bubbling. It's a little hotter, but not much. Slight temperature increase, but not a lot. It'd be better if I had a thermometer. I should have left one in here. I took it when I went back to my room the other day.
Usually after these baths, you usually stand nude before the man. Checks were taken. As you said, thermometer, core temp checks, studying of the eyes, the skin. He would examine the gums in my mouth. Would feel for an heart rate. Extended, not. when I was younger when this started. Usually the pleads for sleep or a meal or to cover myself for warmth would lead to a clout or a full-on beating. Sometimes fist, perhaps at times a object he could find nearby. Sometimes simple, sometimes taken too far. When he would take it too far, if I collapsed, passed out, anything of the like, I would remember him blaming me for ruining the controlled results.
That wasn't your fault.
Did I ask?
No, sorry. No,
Forgive.
it's okay. You had siblings though, right?
A few.
Were you the oldest? Or in the middle?
The oldest.
How old were you when you left?
Feel for vibration one more time. Keep your glove on. I do believe the bubbling will be a consistent issue. Do see while you examine if the bubbling has continued or dissipated a little bit. I do believe we're going to have to keep this venting over time.
It looks like it's dissipated a little, but it's still bubbling. Temperature hasn't increased, still feels the same.
You're wearing a glove.
Oh,
Perhaps it increased and you feel it through it. Or are you imagining?
it's hard to tell. I wish I had my thermometer, but it doesn't feel like it increased really.
Are you recording all this?
Yes.
Once he deemed things were to his satisfactions, he would often wave me away, a lack of interest any further towards my direction, usually straight to his notes, recording his finds, I'm sure. I would usually know by this time this meant go get dressed, eat whatever we had there. I often wondered the items that we had there at the time, knowing that I wasn't much of a cook too. Never learned it, to be fair, really. They were often bland. A raw potato, uncooked corn on the cob, a few carrots maybe. Never the same. Perhaps oatmeal, but bland. I wonder if this was on purpose. Also knew too that usually not too far after said things, usually enough time to eat, drink, perhaps a small respite of a nap. Nothing that would cure the pure tiredness of my body. I was expected to have my few articles of clothing packed for a trip. Usually the time that Mother would appear. And I'd be off with her. Of course, she was always hopping around the general area, saloon to saloon, and grab me a mesh. We'll keep articles from flying into this sample,
Yes, sir.
but we'll allow it to have air escape. Or the gas, not air. When we come back to retrieve these samples, we'll
Here.
re-examining all these things and see what the final outcome of it before we find a patient.
Okay. I have so many questions, but I'm trying.
We're not done.
Yes, sir.
We have another to watch, but with the storm coming, I don't wish for the thunder, any vibrations to muddle our effects. We'll be taking a small respite.
Yes, sir. I should probably
We'll
feed my
continue
dog.
after the storm finishes.
He sounds hungry out there anyway.
The entrance of the door there, and past the chair. This is where you'll be allowed to remove your masks. Anytime you enter these areas, going forward until this is done, the mask will be up.
Yes, sir.
Leave me. We'll see. We'll see each other after the storm passes.
Yes, sir. How does it look?
The bubbles are still there. They'll be for some time. We'll be letting it vent until we decide to come recollect. But it will not be sealed off until the gas has dissipated. I will not be having cracks in the vial or exploding vials inside my coat while transporting.
When I was working with it before, it didn't expand gas quite like this.
To be fair, this is raw.
Yeah.
Whatever liquid is inside is obviously causing a chemical reaction.
With your opinion, do you think it would be better in the raw form or the paste? Just from what
Yes.
you know so far.
It's hard to tell. In the raw form, the liquid is being extracted out, but it'll be far weaker than in the paste form. Do we need stronger or weaker? That's the question. And if we are not happy with either of these options, the sense of making a broth-like tea with it boiling out the extract may produce a different result entirely as well. We can go testing next, not tonight, of course. Maybe a tomorrow thing. Making dash 3 and 4 so we can have 4 vials ready for testing. Because that's how much I have is 4 vials is a hot and cold adamant, in the sense of introducing the broth-like tea to the compound 9, both hot and cold in their own separate bottles to see the reaction of temperature as well and the production of gas, if any at all.
Think to boil it. I should have thought about that.
You did think of a way I didn't think of, which would be to bake it, extruding all the liquid out of it itself, making it probably the weakest format possible.
I just thought it would make it easier to well, like smush.
Yes, a powder will mix into the liquid far easier, but the extract from the plant itself is completely dissipated when dehydrated. Extract is liquid after all.
I need to stop trying to take the easy routes and do the harder ones first.
No, easy and hard all need to be done. You never know the results until it's done. I've, in my time of discontent and lackluster wanting of pushing this compound, did get a small moment of clarity and tried introducing the adrenal glands as a whole without smoking and extracting the liquid.
What happened?
It was a complete failure. Basically a poison at that point. But
What
the
happened to
test
the
needed to be seen.
subjects? What happened to them?
And basically at the end, think of it this way. Would you eat a raw steak?
No.
Would you could consume the raw organs of an animal?
No.
For the most part, dysentery, death.
Oh. Yep, that makes sense. So it's always better to cook them.
In this subject, or in this scenario, yes, with the adrenal glands. We don't know about the ergot. Perhaps at the end of the day, your dry powdered format is the best option. You just need to up the dosage, or perhaps even lowering further. So many different ways to test it. And as I said too, except for the patients dying of dysentery, this would happen every time because that is what happens when you consume these things. The constitution and the lifestyle of the person when it comes to your ergot test, as you've seen with different milligrams, it could be different. Me introducing this to Walter, who is more hefty and has a usually in a bigger state, a higher constitution, and as it takes more drugs to introduce to a man of either larger muscle or larger fat content, so goes the case of something like this ergot.
God.
Dosages need to be increased. And then there's the oddity that science still cannot provide why of. It goes down to the fact of Malfo. Gingers usually require higher dosages.
Wait.
Of
Really?
Indeed.
Why?
And as I said, I explained, gingers seem to be recording having higher pain tolerances. Usually takes more sedatives to knock out a ginger. And it might also increase things like with you, for instance, why you're able to consume so much sugar. Like, you'll eventually get to a hyper state, of course, like you do. But perhaps it's not to the extreme like a regular kid with a normal amount of candy because of something in the genome of a ginger is providing a higher tolerance for such things.
I just always thought that had to do with my metabolism.
Well, that also plays an effect with your youth. That also goes back to different subjects and different things, age, metabolism, the oddity of a ginger. And I know I make jokes, but that is a true thing. That's not me being prejudiced in any way. And also, to as much as people don't like the subject, and I mean in no ill way whatsoever, the different effects of racial chemical reactions and such. For instance, a man of Anglo-European or Germanic or even Slavic background will not have the same, just as a random point, cholesterol issues of a man of a Arabic or African subject.
It's like alcohol. When people drink alcohol, some people can process it better than others, and some people have absolutely no tolerance and can't process it at all, or else they get sick.
Indeed, or lactose. You'll notice, and it leads to genealogy if you really study far enough into it. Like, for instance, and as I said, there's no goals of supremacy and mindset or the like. It's just common observation in the sense. Not downing either or, of course. I care little of those things, as you know. But your average Native American has a harder time metabolizing alcohol, and usually leads to things as where you'll find, not always, of course, right?
Yeah.
Like there are always exceptions. You'll find a man like the Anglo-European, Eastern and Western European genetics more likely to have a calmer, more quote-unquote fun demeanor under the effects of alcohol, while you'll have the effects of rash and the mental anger, distraughtness, and the like of someone of Native American ancestry, right?
Like Shadow.
Indeed. Who else has the exact same issues, which probably leads to the fact of where the Native Americans came from?
Who?
The Pacific bloodlines. Your Chinese, your Japanese, your Tibetan, your Mongolian share some of the exact same effects.
That makes sense.
So through evolution and time and separation, even though the cultures completely changed from their tribal roots, they came from the same area genetically. Meaning sometime during their separation as cultures, they still came from the same bloodline, so to speak.
Got it.
Now,
It's all interesting, though.
it is. Now back to the subject at hand.
Yes.
You will now be introducing, I did the first, the paste into the vial, and you'll be leaving it uncapped. As you do such, do understand this, and I know you probably understand it. You wish for least amount of spillage and effective contamination as possible. Tilt the bottle as I did when I introduced the raw ingredient, and slowly introduce it so there is less splashing, jostling, and the like. Tests of shaking, stirring, and all that can come later should we wish to seek different effects.
Would it be better to introduce it with a syringe so it doesn't splash, or just go for it?
How do I put this? How liquefied is the pulp?
It's pretty liquefied. I could run it through a cheesecloth.
Yes, you may introduce it to a syringe then.
Okay.
I didn't examine it enough to know maybe if it had the same consistency as like something like a thicker sauce or...
Well, you said it's thin as broth, but there's still stuff in it.
Oh, yes, there is, and those things can dissolve, and should the pulp still remain, it'll matter little when it comes to testing, because one, like the whole and like the paste itself, it'll be extracted from a syringe when introduced to the patient anyway, so the pulp itself will not be getting into the bloodstream.
Okay, so just pour it.
And
very
we'll
carefully.
know if the paste itself is going to be completely ineffective if we can't even extract it when the time comes. Through a needle, that is. If it can't get through a needle, it can't be introduced to the bloodstream.
Okay.
It'll be not a waste of time because it will be data, but it will be a failure.
Well, we don't want that.
No, failure is good sometimes. While I would like to have the answers appear before me, I would have learned very little.
That's what Dr. Allen says. Failure is a chance to learn what you did wrong.
Indeed, and if there is no complications ever, there's no reason to ever improve.
That's
If
also what she said.
If the Philosophy Stone just suddenly appeared, the first attempt, why would you ever try to go even further?
So just pour it in right here.
Well, you said you were going to extract it through a needle, yes?
Well, you said it'd be alright to. I
You can either way, whichever way you wish to go. Do you need a funnel?
Yes, please.
You do not wish
We'll pour
spillage.
it. Yeah, we'll go for just pouring for now. A funnel would be great.
Still, while introducing, slow. You don't wish to overfill the funnel and have spillage,
Got it.
contamination. You also don't want to accidentally overfill the vial and have it run over either.
This part I'm fairly good at. This part is like making candy.
Of
But-
course, you have steady hands, but it's been said.
Yes, sir.
The expectation's been noted.
Yes, sir. But it is like
Th-
making candy.
that
If I mess
way-
it up, it goes totally wrong.
That way, accidents can't be stated as of, I didn't know, I stated it. Failure is yours entirely should it happen.
Yes, sir.
And we'll have to do it all over again.
I can do this. Okay. I got this.
As I said, we'll try many things after this to see if there's better effects. Even if we get good results, we'll try straining methods, stirring methods, instead of just letting it sit and cluster at the bottom if it doesn't dissipate fully. Whisking, shaking. We'll try your baking powdered version and sift it. Everything that we can try. Perhaps we'll get multiple successes with different potencies and different needs and uses.
I really want to know what happens when we... I wish I could have... I just wish I could have seen the side effects that it had before we added to Compound 9. I shouldn't have rushed ahead without you. could have gotten so much more done if I had just talked to you.
And your failure was a learning experience. Though don't keep failing at the same thing, otherwise... Well, all you have done is failed with no learning experience whatsoever and proven that you cannot absorb information.
I absorb them a
Going
sponge.
forward, we're a partnership, or I'm a lone worker. There's no in between.
I know what we are. You are the master of all this, and I am the apprentice. And I
When
want
I'm
to
dead and gone, there'll be some annoying shit doing the exact same thing to you.
Okay, it's poured in. I don't think I spilled any.
Settle down the vial, take the bowl, take the funnel. Wash it completely with water and then disinfect. Make sure there is no leftover remains anywhere. When transporting, don't let it drop on the floor or left in the sink. After you've washed the contents, well, we can do this after, so you can come back and help me examine the results. We'll be placing a plethora of water down the drainage to assure that it is not collected down there, and what is collected still, no matter what, at a molecule level, is at least watered down
Got it.
and not a issue for us.
Okay. I'll clean this
Especially
up.
if people like Walter and them
They pour
clean
so
their
much
material
random
through there.
stuff down that sink, too.
Exactly. And we don't want any chemical reactions by accident.
Got it. Alright, be right back. Now there's a deer outside instead of the wolf. What the heck is freaking Anubis to chase the gosh damn deer away? Okay.
We'll give it a few moments, a minute or two, to look for chemical reactions.
Got it.
And you've been recording, yes. Stop saying memory. You've been
Yes.
recording, yes.
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't doubt your abilities to remember. I'm not leaving it to chance either.
I know. I'm taking notes, I promise.
One fuck up in your wordage or a slight mess up of how we combine things, going back to read the notes, you'll just be reading lies, even if not intentional.
Was she like Dr. Allen? Or more like the woman that I was with before?
Who?
Your mother?
She was nothing like Helen.
You said she made you learn piano.
She did.
Your mannerisms and the way you talk sometimes seem very... upper class? Was she like that?
Enough to fake it.
Can people believe her?
People would want to.
Did your parents not live together?
At times. Gaps of separation. ways they made their money, ways their relationship stayed as healthy as it could, with common bouts of distance and space. Both space physical and the distance, as in at times not being on top of each other and separating themselves, conflicting mannerisms, conflicting ideology. Ideology might be the wrong word, but lifestyles. Where my father was more recluse and in his findings, my mother was forced to be more sociable with how she obtained her living.
And you got to go with her sometimes? For what she did?
It wasn't a got. I didn't learn the piano because she wished for a betterment of myself. It was part of her dealings. A way to also help make a little cash on the side. The money didn't go to me. I didn't play for free. It was combined with how she was making cash.
Was she an entertainer?
Of sorts. Yes.
Was she a singer?
Not a good one.
Oh.
At least in my opinion.
What did she do?
Look to it. See if the same results are happening. Bubbling, less, more.
It doesn't look like it's bubbling as much.
Interesting. I wonder what it is. Perhaps the pulverizing aerated the liquid, maybe.
Maybe the other one was able to expand. Maybe smushing it removed something?
Or it caused it to aerate more.
I mean,
And it
taking more air?
diluted the extract a little. All are possibilities.
If it gets squished and it takes out all of... If it combines with all of it and gets smushed, it changes the compound that it is, right?
Perhaps, as I said, maybe it aerated it more. Is there going to be a difference if we tried from crushing it to pressing it, almost like juicing?
I didn't think about that.
All are possibilities to try.
I read something once where instead of crushing it or chopping it, if you pressed it, you were able to extract better results from... I can't remember what it was. It was something.
I do know, as an example, not that it would say that it would react in the same way. It goes like with lettuce, for instance.
Lettuce?
Hear me out. Thinking of another vegetation that would possibly have liquid inside of it. Lettuce, when you pull it apart, is more clean and less physical damage in a sense than chopping it. Lettuce that you pulled apart and store rot less quickly than lettuce that is sliced and cut. Perhaps the same effect applies to this when it is pulverized in a mortar and pestle compared to, like you said, something like juiced or rolled, even squeezed.
I didn't think about that. That makes a lot of sense. We could try that too.
We could. There's plenty of possibilities to try.
Mm-hmm. Did she only ever take you with her?
Yes. I was usually the only one old enough at the time, and
That's what Elle said.
usually the only one that had the physical ability to, or mental ability, I suppose, to start learning at that age.
Hmm.
Some were not born yet. The rest were in adolescence. While I was youthful, sure, I was still of age where, hell, by that time, Alexander the Great conquered all of the known world. Why couldn't I learn to play a piano? Not that I'm sure that was her thought process behind it. I'm not sure she even knew of 100 years in the past or was much of a learned historian. She never showed any interest in such or spoke of such said things. More of a live in the now, less a person that learned from the past or cared of the future. Besides her future.
But she cared about you though, right?
In her own way, I'm sure. She was the kinder of the two. Showed more parental instincts. But I was, as I said, still, when it came to her ways to make money, I was a tool. Why should I not pull my own weight and keep my father's research up and food in our bellies?
Did she know what was going on at the house? What he was doing with you?
If she did, she never implied. Though I don't know if it was looking the other way or if her ditzy demeanor was the real her, because at times she didn't show it, but a ditzier person of her profession usually wields better results. Men do not seek usually the common man does not seek a strong woman. They seek more submissive or malleable women. Perhaps that's why my father had her as his wife. If they were even legitimately married or not, I'm not sure.
I don't think they were married?
And it's hard to know. While they clearly were with each other, I never saw the moments you would see between myself and Helen. Between them, there was no gravitas of showing of love or affection. There was no hugging or kissing. But for some reason, if they were working so close together, she was willing to work to help with his research added with the other funding he got for his research to expand it. Why else would she do it? I don't see what she would have got out of it unless she saw a significant success as a future meal ticket, so to speak. Perhaps we were, if there was no real love between them, her way of, how do I put this, tying her lot in with his success should it be found. Or perhaps not, and they were reserved and prude and hidden with their affection. But I never, or at least can't remember in totality, seeing it. Or perhaps as a child I didn't look for it. Hard to tell. A lot of it blurs these days. The common things that happened are there in my mind, but the specific days to days are a blurring from one to the other.
I don't remember my parents before you being affectionate towards each other. They were just sort of there. Maybe
They
it
were
was...
aristocrats, right?
Yes.
Perhaps it was the same thing. Usually a aristocrat woman marries a man who is either already well off or will be in the future, and it's a gamble to tie her lot in.
That's
Perhaps
all.
love does form later down the road, but the original mindset, and it goes back to talkings we had earlier about how men seek women and women seek men, and the different effects of such play out. I couldn't tell you who cared more for each other, my mother for my father or my father for my mother. I know not. If the affection was there, it was private, reserved, conservative in nature.
I think we have that in common. At least for past things. You and Helen are different.
But I never outright seen spite between them either. But perhaps that was also reserved and behind closed doors and in private. Never ones to just be there to speak about their day between each other, or none of the trappings of your typical marriage. A kiss or a hug here or there, hand on the shoulder, comforting when one's angered or sad.
When you got to go with her, were you happy?
At times, like I said, they were usually soon after my father's experimentation. Not every time, but a lot of times the gap where my mother was gone was usually filled with those experimentations, and then when I was retrieved, it was a respite in the physical aspect.
Do you think it was planned that way? So you wouldn't go insane?
Sanity's a legal term.
Do you think it was planned that way? So you wouldn't break?
Who knows? As I said, I didn't go and I wasn't coddled during these things. I went to work. It was clear that I was, at least in her eyes, old enough to work at that point and help increase the capital funds of the family. Not that we were rich. or poor. Besides during my experimentations, never not found food except afterwards. Like I said, bland foods were always the only ones available when my mother was home and there was no traveling. The foods were not extravagant, but not gruel or cabbage soup and the like. Basic foods. I wasn't ever really gifted with things like toys or the trappings of what you would usually give a kid, I assume, or what you hear of. They didn't have luxuries like candy, but perhaps that wasn't because of money issues, but that was because of why. Things of, I'm going to serve your favorite meal, or it's your birthday, so you pick what you want, never came up. The food that was produced, I ate. I was expected to eat. The clothing I got was given to me. I was expected to wear it. The items I had were necessity in nature, but not because, like I said, the money wasn't there. We were making the money, but it wasn't a lavish lifestyle. It was practical. Not a feeling of destitute, but a feeling of necessity. No, but to answer your original question, I was not taken for respite or rebuilding of mental cognitive function. I was taken to work. At times, the work, different bar, the different saloon, or parlor house, or what, mind you, even sometimes a private residence, was a lot of times, especially after a bout of lack of sleep and the things done to me were still overstimulating from already being overstimulated from the earlier events. That respite usually never came till the occasional quiet moments came. Sometimes the research, I assume, I was never told, from my father would come to a halt for a moment. Perhaps funding was not there enough. Perhaps the raw ingredients was not there. And then there would be moments of relative mental peace. But it was never long-lasting, nor was it common. Check for bubbling again.
Yes, sir. It's still not bubbling as much as the other one did.
And what of the color?
It's a lot clearer. It's not as red. It's more pinkish.
Perhaps the pulp is separating and solidifying at the bottom. Lift it lightly and slowly, and lightly twirl it. See if you see chunks moving on the bottom.
There's little pieces on the bottom.
Perhaps that's it then. It's not combining as effectively.
I thought
Though
I
we don't know.
stirred it enough.
It just means that it's separating. In its more loosened state, it's always a possibility. Doesn't mean it always will. Like the difference between adding juice to water or adding butter to water.
It just dilutes it.
The juice will be diluted but will stay combined with the liquid, while the butter and water will separate entirely and form in different spaces of the glass.
I don't think turning into this pasty was the best idea.
It's worth testing all the same. We don't know what effects it still had with it. Something could have still been transferred in the concoction itself to the compound. Most likely lighter in nature, but hard to tell.
What should we try with it now, or just let it sit some more?
We're going to keep examining it until the bubbles stop. Your mask.
My
You've been
mask?
lucky so far. I understand the symbolism of the burlap, but you'll drop it next time for practical use here. There's a reason I didn't bring mine. Thick cloth. Give you more time should something go wrong. Less likely to breathe it in. Burlap has gaps, holes, a thicker thread, which means thicker areas in between to soak through, plus the stitching means there is a break, no matter how minuscule in nature.
I didn't think about that.
It is fine, as I said, we've been lucky so far, but now you've learned a failure into a learning experience.
Got it. Did she ever take Emily with you?
No, wouldn't be appropriate.
Why? She could learn to play piano too, right? You could have done a duet.
She was too young then. And the places, the saloons, and the like that we went to were not an appropriate place for a younger woman. Even the private places, personal homes we played at, a different tone and a different clientele that would be unsavory.
Oh.
What are we owing?
I... But
Yes.
why did she take you with her? Just so she could make extra money for what she was doing?
Things like drink and good company would calm a man, but so does music. Would lead to the final product. More calming trappings to get a man more likely to spend, because there's plenty of women willing to work and do what they need to do. A whore is a dime a dozen. A whore with musical talent with her is a step up, and perhaps she'll pay more and more likely to purchase again.
Did your father know?
Know what?
Where you were going with her?
Indeed, he usually knew the town. Usually, if he cared to ask the establishment as well, sure. That way, he also knew how long it would be till she returned. Travel distance, the amount of supplies she needed for travel. Was this a few hours away, or was this a few days?
I'm sorry.
4.
I don't know. That couldn't have been easy. You're right, it wasn't a break, it was something else.
Why do you speak as if I was abused by her?
Yes.
Of the two, she was the more pleasing parent to be near.
Yeah, but neither of them were. I'm sorry.
Speak your mind. We're already here.
I just don't understand. Both of them are taking advantage of you.
What are you doing now?
What do you mean?
What are you doing?
Working on a project with you?
What happens when I send you on a task? Inform you of material I need, of items that I wish to obtain through you to further research or political goals. What happens when you get sent to the mine or work a candy shop? What happens when I need you to hold a weapon and hold the line when ne'er-do-wells come through town? What happens when I tell you to be a good little soldier and jump and do such?
That's different.
Is it?
Yes.
Do you see me weeping over my past?
No.
Do you see me ever really talking about it?
No.
And who the hell are you to pity me?
I don't pity you. The things we go through in our past make us who we are. Without the things in our past, we wouldn't be the people we are now. So, It's not that you're better for what happened, it's made you who you are. Just as my past made me who I am. Doesn't mean I'm not sad that things happened to you, though. But it's not pity.
So you think who I am is more nature than, or more nurture than nature?
Not necessarily. I think both play a part.
You think my drive is not me. You think what I do is not me. You think it is them.
No. No.
There's a difference between my parents, their doings, my experience from them, and what I am.
But if it wasn't for your past, you wouldn't have gone down this route, would you?
Of course I would. I am the living aspect of the King in Yellow. I am what I am. I am the God before you. Do not mistake my father's research for my obsessions and my plane of existence and my sphere of influence. He was there because he must have been. I am not the product of them. I am not just some echo of what they were. I am not their heir. I am what I am. I am the force of nature.
I'm sorry. Apologies, Lord Astor, I didn't mean it.
The experience I had, or luck alone, I would have been what I am no matter what. If my father and mother were aristocrats or beggars, I would still be me, because it must be. Do not ever mistake that fact. I am not a product of them.
Yes,
I
sir.
am, and that nothing more.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
You, on the other hand, whether willingly or kicking and screaming, will be dragged up from obscurity to something more great. Because I demand it.
Yes, sir.
I do not seek simple soldiers or a cult of dim-wit fools. My followers will be something great, not minuscule. Or there'll be nothing at all.
I am Scion.
because I demand such of you,
Yes, sir.
or otherwise you are just a bag of meat, blood, piss, and whatever else is in you to be disposed of. You ever insinuate a lack of control again?
Yes, sir.
Has the bubbling stopped?
Yes.
This one could be vialed or capped.
Yes, sir.
This one doesn't need to be burped. We're consistently letting pressure out.
Okay. I'll grab another vial and cap. Should I just put the cap on?
Do you wish for contaminants to enter it?
No.
Then you know your answer.
So, can you show me what to do?
You've never capped a vial before.
I feel like I'm gonna do it wrong.
You won't do it wrong. You wish to please me and make sure that it is not a failure.
Yes.
Do it. It means carefully, observantly. Tight enough to where it does not leak or allow contaminants to enter. Not too tight to where it can never be opened again or crush the glass underneath through pressure. You have plenty of leeway to make this work, but too tight or too loose, all the same, ineffective. Control, which is your weak spot as of now, or at least in the recent past.
Does that look right?
A little tight, but it didn't crush the glass to break. Fine enough. You'll get better in time. You'll come here tomorrow to observe if the C9-1 is stopped producing gas. If it has, you will cap it. If it is dissipated a little bit but continues, you'll record it.
Yes, sir.
And then leave it be until it's fully stopped producing gas, and then you will remove the mesh and recap it as well. You'll record any changes to the colors or temperatures or anything else as it's been sitting when you do come back to recheck on it.
Yes, sir.
And then you will conclude the part of the production. And we'll move on to testing.
Yes, sir.
If there is any flaws in the vials when you come back, the product is completely unusable. It will be noted. It will be destroyed.
Okay. I'll make sure. If this works and we get a viable sample, we can test with it.
Indeed. Each vial of the compound should be at least worth 3 doses, 3 syringes. We'll keep one back, or at least not fill enough, and just keep it to the side for further study should we ever need to go back to it. You'll take 2 samples from each, keep the rest bottled, and put away somewhere dark, somewhere cool but not freezing cold. Somewhere here.
Got it. The cabinet in the other room should work fine.
Find a box. Obtain rice. Going forward, when we store the samples, they won't be completely covered in it, but they'll be packed in the rice to avoid excess moisture from any form of humidity, whether it be some of our crew here are cooking, or perhaps a hot rain with the summer coming up comes through the area. Even though it's usually cold in nature, you never know.
Right.
You'll be changing out the rice weekly to make sure that other mold or fungi does not grow around it to change the effects unknowingly.
I can do that.
Even if it was to enhance it to the proper state, if we don't know what exactly happened, it would be a waste, not be reproducible.
Okay. The general store's rice, that's easy to get. Is there anything else you want me to do for this first batch?
Record it in entirety. As I said, the going forward, the production is it its own report to be archived, or will we be combining it with the testing as well into one complete volume?
I would imagine it'll be one complete volume, but sectioned out with the different compounds. So like this one, -1 with the tests, and then -2 with their tests.
But all recorded in the same volume, all the same, not multiple
Yes.
volumes, right?
Yes, one volume.
Just making sure going forward how we archive it, so we keep it consistent. We don't want to do a different method of recording and archiving for multiple things. It'd make it harder to go back into the research if we assume that the production and the tests are in one volume for one and we go looking for another and don't find it. It'd be a possibility of confusion and hardship in finding the reading material.
Got it. I understand.
So we'll be keeping the recording consistent. That's your format going forward.
No, I like that. It's organized. It's how I usually write most of my stuff anyway, so it's perfect.
If Miss Sean's available tomorrow when you come to check, bring her here. Explain the processes we went through to produce them and show her the end result. Get her a taste for it. Let her understand forward how we will be doing these productions and tests.
Yes.
Do inform her too of our potentiality of testing on willing members of the plague. Not saying that she needs to do it, but also, without rocking the boat, imply that I am not seeking her thoughts on approval of denial. Should they be willing subjects, it will be done. Should my wife take effect of it, I'll handle the matter myself.
She might
You don't
not
need to
like
tell her
it,
that
though.
part, but she'll listen.
Yes, sir.
You take her for someone to impede on my research.
No, sir.
She may disdain a method, but like how I will not impede in hers, nor will she in mine. That's not a threat or a disavowal of her opinion.
It's just
It's just different methods. End of fact, yes.
I understand. Thank you for letting me help you with this.
There's no thanks. You were told. You were told to get your act together. You were told to stop acting forward. And now you're complying. It took you a moment. You've tested the limits of trust and loyalty.
Dr. Allen said I was testing boundaries. I didn't think that's what I was doing.
Do you question my care for you?
No,
Do you question my intents for you?
no, not anymore.
Good. If I didn't care for you as my heir and as family, you would have been waterlogged and consumed by fish, I'm sure, long ago.
Over the Bacchus Bridge.
But make it clear, your opinions matter in the sense of pushing the research and keeping things going in a too wrong direction in a sense.
I understand.
But you will never go against it.
Yes,
As I say, this is a constitutional monarchy. Your vote matters. You are, in a sense, a lord whose counsel I appreciate. But this is my kingdom, my domain, my sphere of influence, as I said before. Your opinion holds weight, but it holds no totality.
I understand. When it comes to the family and the family, I have a say and I have a vote and I have words, but when it comes to your research, it's yours. I can make suggestions or give ideas, but at the end of the day, it's yours. All of the research that I've done is yours. I understand. I wouldn't have even have thought to look into any of this if it hadn't been for you, so it's yours. By right.
This concludes production for today. You will not remove the mask until you are out of the general area that I deemed beforehand for safety, and going forward will be the same unless expanded or retracted because of the material we're working with.
And get a better mask. Yes, sir.
As I said, it's concluded.
You don't think anybody else is gonna try and touch it, do you?
Doubtful. We seem to be the only ones that use this workstation.
True. I'll clean everything up if you wanna relax for a moment. I'll take care of it.
Return in an hour to do such. Leave me be to my thoughts for now.
Should I head back to Strawberry?
I don't care where you go at the moment. Leave me to my thoughts.
Yes, sir.
And one more thing.
Yes, sir.
You have achieved a lot of the questions you seeked. You've went about it the right way as I've taught you. But you will seek those things no further. You know your answers. You will not seek out my sisters. You will not seek out any of the living relatives still. You will not dive further into the matter. You got the totality of such, my recollections of such. And as I said, my word in this is final. I'm not looking for the different opinions. I'm not looking for you to gather other opinions on the matter to gain what you might think is a proper recollection of things. I spoke truthfully on these matters. You know it. You leave it. And you speak to no one else on the matters.
Yes, sir.
Go.